Hey, what's happening? Welcome back. We're here at the Hydro Bar, beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico. Change your water, change your life. It happens right here. You'll never know unless you get down here and try a cup for yourself. Life-saving efforts of the 9.5. Hey, folks, we're here. We are showcasing Fundaxi Network and all of its members. And, I got to tell you, in this network, we get to know quite a lot of folks, a very diverse group of people with the same mindset. They all want to grow their business, and they want to support our local community while they're doing that. Today, folks, you get to meet Miss Turnbow. Hey, Miss Turnbow.
Hello.
We were going to add an A to that and call you a Turnbow, but it doesn't apply. It's not right. It's not the same thing.
You could try.
We could try.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd have to change the spelling and do all that though. And, makes it harder.
It does make it harder, right? Now, you have an interesting background, right? So you're now in a newer role. We'll call it a newer role, right? Because I believe wholeheartedly that everybody has this skill and ability ever since they were little kids, right? And we'll circle back to that here in a little bit. But you work for S3 Technologies, and that could be a number of different things. I'm not going to make an attempt to tell our viewers up here or over there, right? But really quickly, tell us what S3 Technologies is, and then tell us what you do. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna put B before A.
Okay.
I am the sales representative for S3 Technologies. We're a managed IT service provider. Previously, I did mostly admin work, executive assistant, and I got tapped to do sales. And before that, my previous lifetime before that was a bartender. And a volleyball coach. So actually networking and talking to people is very comfortable for me. Mm-hmm. I prefer to have conversations and sit down and meet new people. So I love getting out of the office. It's been really exciting. And I started in December with this sales journey. And so that's why I'm prefacing that with how I will introduce the company, because it's still new to me to try to introduce. And in a lot of ways, I'm finding IT is a little bit hard to talk about, when you say things like, I'm a plumber, people know that, or an electrician, usually what they do. But when you hear IT managed services, you're kind of like, what, and not everybody always needs it. We're focusing on larger businesses or, 10 plus users. Anyway, so to get into the meat of it, I guess you could think of us like your in-house IT guy in some ways.
Okay.
If you have that guy that's kind of, or gal, actually person, running around that's fixing the printer, getting you put back into your computer that you've been locked out of. We get a lot of that. Password reset is huge, happens all the time, and everything up to your firewall, making sure your network is secure.
Sure.
And building out servers or keeping maintenance on the server. And so we have a wide breadth of services that we offer. We are like that IT person, except for we're a team and we're at a fraction of the cost.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we just had a chance to visit with another gentleman who is in the business of saving businesses money and time.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And so you kind of basically do the same thing, but in a different regard.
100%. Yeah. And what happens, a lot is you're paying this employee, other things like PTO,
right,
these other overheads that you have. And what we find a lot is that when we kind of get to slide into a company and take that role,
sure,
we find that, when it's just one or two people, they don't have as much of the breadth and depth of the knowledge because they don't have a team to work together. I mean, if you can imagine even yourself working by yourself on something, and maybe this isn't true of everybody, but I find it unmotivating to work alone sometimes. Okay. I get bored and I need a little bit of a poke,
sure,
So when you have a team that's being put together to get something done, we get more done and we get more knowledge. We share different ideas, or, hey, did you see this article? Or, we share the knowledge between each other. We say we, but I am not a technician. So don't ask me too many questions about how to get your computer working.
Don't worry. Yeah. We're not going to do that here today, right?
People try, and I'm like, my eyes roll into my head and I'm like, wrong person, so.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, it's no, you're absolutely right. As entrepreneurs, small business owners, we have to have the edge. We have to know how and where we're able to save $1, make $1, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the best ways to do that is to outsource some of the things that you have to do, right? Mm-hmm. And I just read a book recently called Buy Back Your Time, right? Mm-hmm. And in that book, it talks about this specifically, and I'm just going to take you down this path really quickly. You have to determine what your value is, and say, for example, I've determined that my value is $150 an hour, right? Mm-hmm. I have to then look at all the tasks that I do and complete in my entrepreneurial endeavors, right? And that's a number of different things. You have to wear 17 hats as an entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. And you can never be perfect at any one of them, right? And so in that, you look for ways that you can get the experts, right, to come and assist you because, well, they're probably not charging you $150 an hour, right? Probably not. It could in some cases. I don't know.
It depends.
It depends on what your needs are, right?
We have two different kind of clients, and what we're moving to actually more is a contract in which we are monitoring your network all the time, and we are there for you. You know,
24/7.
The on-demand services are something that we're particularly focusing on, but you can call us, and we do charge you an hourly fee. That is closer to $150 to $200, depending on what you're needing from us.
Specialized. And I'll just tell you, right?
Yeah.
I am not a tech person by any means.
Right.
I need help setting up my printer.
Yeah.
I need help setting up my network at my home office.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I need help connecting to, different programs that I need to use to get my work done that I don't know how to do.
Right. And you should be focusing on other things in your business, right? The things that you want to do that you specialize in.
Right.
We take that off the table for you. And if you don't have an IT person in your company, somebody else is doing it somewhere. So you are paying somebody else. It could be your accountant. It could be somebody in HR. Somebody else somewhere is trying to troubleshoot, and they're not doing what they specialize in either.
What a great point.
Yeah.
We're in business because we believe wholeheartedly in a product or a service, right? And we believe in it so much that we want people to benefit from it. And we're really good at purveying that thing. What we're not good at is bookkeeping.
Right.
We're not good
all
at
those things. Right. Yeah.
At even buying the hardware, right? Buying a computer is tough.
It is. Yeah. And you need to know what your capacity is. I mean, if you're a drafter, and you're putting big, huge, complex, blueprints together, it's completely different than somebody using QuickBooks all day and Excel. And what are those capacities? And, and it all depends. So that's also why we are urging folks to join us for a contract services, because we can keep up with those things in that contract. We are your right-hand person. We already have it, researched. Hey, this computer's getting older. Here's the next one. You don't even have to think about it. We have a timeline of when things are starting to age, and we already have the quote ready. We give it to you well in advance, enough time to think about it, so that you can look at the next quarter. What is our, what are our monies going to do?
Right.
We have these conversations. Same for your server, and we build that out. We tell you about how much time it's going to take. But on top of all of that, we are monitoring your network, and we are making sure that it's hardened is the term, but making sure that nothing comes in that's you don't want into your network or out. Previously, I had talked about the firewall like a door guy, right? If you think of whenever you go out to a bar, wherever you go, you have the door guy. He's making sure that you're at capacity. So you don't want more people in that you can't fit. And that's the same as your network. You can throttle it to make sure that people aren't watching Netflix. Let's just give that example, right? If you have somebody that's working as a drafter,
Sure.
you don't want all of the network taken up for somebody that's,
Right.
watching a show. Maybe you don't care. That's fine. But you can also turn off certain websites to make sure they're not going to those websites that could lead to, some kind of invasion.
Sure.
Or,
Yeah, no, I mean, it's super important.
Yeah.
I just have to say, in today's day, right, you have to be super vigilant on those types of things, right? Gosh, and I'll just call it what it is, right? We all have employees, right, in our business, and sometimes we have those that are maybe, I won't call it a little more intelligent than the others, but they are aware of those risks, as opposed to somebody who's not aware of the risks, and they may end up in places where they shouldn't be, which could pose a really huge threat to the operations of your business.
Totally. Yeah. And we offer other services that include some of the phishing emails. So we,
Right.
and you probably experienced that, but you get one
Sure.
and you can report it and it'll say, congrats, you're right. This was not a link to click. So we do other campaigns when you're in a managed contract with us that keep you, safe on that side. And, we do different educational things like how long should you keep a password for, and just talking kind of, we're there for you to keep you moving along.
It's super important, folks. It happens all the time. I'm recalling in my head when that happened to we're a 2-person operation where that happened to my partner, and he engaged with an email, and that turned into a phone call. Next thing I knew, they had control of his entire computer and his bank account.
Oh, 100%. And they're weird. I mean, they're ones that they look like they're coming from you. It was probably, hey, Luis, I need X, Y, and Z. And you're like, okay, I'll do it right away.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone and call. If it seems weird and your boss or anybody's never asked for it, they're able to make a email, and then they just put your name on it. So it looks like it's really coming from you. And if it looks weird, look at the email, look at the link, look for different misspelled words, anything like that, because they're tricky. I mean, instead of typing in, like S3 Technologies, it could be like they'll miss an O or put an E somewhere where the O should go, and it looks the same. So it's always good to double check all that stuff.
It's super important, super important. So if we could, and you're gonna hate me for this. Her and I have been back and forth on this idea for a while now. But if you could sum up what you do, the services that you offer, into one word.
Right.
This is totally on the spot.
It totally is.
Totally on the spot.
Oh, gosh. Into one word?
Into one
it's
word.
Protection.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, and I asked the last guy this. What is the one problem that you guys solve
Sure.
for businesses?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say, protection and exposure, like making sure that you are not exposed. We can, look at what your network looks like. And it's just like, did you know your front door is open? Probably not, because it's virtual, right? You don't know.
There you go.
So we figure it out, and we're like, you need to close this door and lock it. You didn't even know it was open.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we protect the thing that you don't know how to protect.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And just making sure that and we also talk through different plans, because if I'm going to be completely honest, we can't make sure that you avoid every single potential attack, because like you said, that you can still click that link, it can still happen.
Right.
But we can get plans in place so that if it does happen, it's like your backups, it's like, fine, just, we'll take this other route, we'll go this direction, and it's going to be okay. If it's ransomware, they want you to pay $100,000, we have plans for that. We have plans to go around that, but we also make it less likely for that to happen on a larger degree.
Right.
So we have the plan to keep you safe and protected. And then we have the plan that's like, in an emergency, if it did happen, there's a much slighter chance, but we're ready for both and we're here for you. So,
and I got to tell you again, going back on experience, we did have to reach out to somebody, an expert, and they made sure that we knew that they were the expert based on the bill that we got. Right.
Yes. Yeah.
But more importantly, I'm not a tech person, right? 95%. Maybe not as high, but I'm going to submit to say 95% of business owners are not tech savvy in a way that they could prevent these things from happening. They could manage, their own internet technologies, right? And this is one of those areas where you just lean in and you lean on the expert to help you out, right? And so you can do that in a way that is beneficial to your business, right? You can bring them on in a retainer sort of fashion, right? So that they're hands-on, they're ready to roll at any given time, and they're actively taking care of everything that you don't have to.
Yeah.
They're taking that off of your plate, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
They're going to take care of it for you so that you can get back to selling the thing that you sell or selling the product or service that you sell, right? You can get back to doing that because that is really what lights you up. That's what drives your business, right? Is you being out, getting out to the market, right?
Absolutely. And one of our pride points actually is our response time. We really pride ourselves on giving you a fast response time. We respect your business in the same fashion that we respect our own. So, when we get a phone call, we're looking to get that fixed by end of day, unless it's a higher level issue, then, it may take longer, but we really make sure that, we get back to you. We notice that a lot when we take on a new client. They're like, wow, this little thing could have taken them weeks and months. And we just don't do that. We prioritize your time and money. We don't ask you to buy things that you don't need if you don't need them, and we try to find a good price point, a good plan, and we just offer you the information for you to make the decision, but we put it there so that you can. And one other pride point that I have to say, and I'm going to, this is a plug for you.
Sure.
But, I'm working on a kind of a IT Business Basics 101 class for new businesses. And this was from you, you kind of said, how about you do a campaign that's like, how do you know if you need IT? Because half the time you don't.
Right.
And it's kind of grown into this idea of just doing a class. What is a server? What is a firewall? What are good password? What's good password etiquette? Kind of anything like that. So I'm actually working on it right now. I would like to launch it, maybe Q2, Q3, just to get it, nice and well rounded. But it would be a lunch and learn. And my location is still to be determined. But, we just want that business owner coming in that's like, I don't actually know. And maybe you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And then you also find out what you may need or don't need.
Right.
So, yeah.
Super important.
Yeah.
And I'm going to act as her artificial intelligence. That is going to be on April 28th, not Q2, Q3. April 28th. And it's going to be over at the restaurant right around the corner. Over there. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
And it is Bring Your Own Chicharrone Day.
Oh, oof.
Yes.
I love me a good potluck.
Oh,
so,
man.
Are you kidding me? That's my favorite way to go. You can plan a party with a potluck, and you don't have to get RSVPs because people bring their own food. You don't got to guess how many people are going to be there, and then you get to try everybody's mom's recipe or dad's, barbecue, whatever it is, however it goes.
How about we do this? How about to launch that class, right? To educate people as a potluck.
I love it.
Let's do it.
That's awesome.
Sign me up right now.
Everything else to be determined, but you're there.
Sign me up right now. No, really. Here's my place. My place in life is to help the business community, right? And one of the ways that I do that is by getting out to network and getting to know all the different, service providers in our community so that I can make educated referrals, right, to folks. Folks, these are things to help your business. These are tools. These are strategies that you use to put together to grow your business, to further your business so that you can eventually get out of working the day-to-day of your business and move into more of a leadership role where you're able to take on 4 or 5 other ventures that make you millions of dollars. That way you can support all the nonprofits that are here in our community, right?
Definitely.
Yes, it's my evil plan.
I love this.
But here's another great service that's going to help you. And we've heard from others before, buy back your time, right? It's going to help you save money, right? It's going to protect you from future threats, and it's going to make you really good looking. Okay, maybe not the last one.
I'm like, oh, I want to see how we do that. I love it. Let's try.
Well, there is a good thing. Yeah. There is a thing called a good-looking business, right? If you look at the P&L.
Oh, that's right.
You look at the P&L and you can say, hey, that's a good-looking business, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know what a P&L is, shame on you. Put your left hand out and let the right hand smack the top of it, right? You shouldn't be in business if you don't know what that is, right?
True.
So tell us really quickly, we're at the 22-minute mark already. Can you believe that?
Flies by.
How do people find you? Where do they connect with you?
Yes. We have our website. It's www.s3nm, like New Mexico.com. You can check out all of our services on there. My phone number is 505-313-0329. You can give me a call. We can talk IT. So fun.
Yeah.
And feeling beautiful and stepping into this. And we are on LinkedIn as well. So S3 Technologies. And, I feel silly because I didn't say this, but the S3 is for Security Services and Solutions. And it just as I'm talking to you, of course, I get inspired. I'm like, it's not just security on a hardened network, but it's also security and feeling like everything you have is secure. It's an actual feeling to be secured.
It is.
So, yeah. S3 Technologies. There's actually a couple. There's one in Canada. That's not us. We're
not Canadian.
The red logo. You'll see
there
it.
You
S3.
Show it to them there.
Yep. And so that's how you can find us.
Look at this. We're going to give you a close-up view right there.
S3.
There you go.
That's us.
And I like that. It says sick of it, right? And it's going to go on to tell you all the problems.
IT.
Oh.
Sick of IT. But
sick of IT.
Sick of it. Same thing. And let's talk about IT. So if you give me a buzz or reach out, I'd be happy to talk. Even come by the office, see what you guys got going on. And we do a lot of work with medical, dental, helping you make sure you're HIPAA compliant. So that's a really big thing.
That sounds to me like a niche that you're in.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, how about that?
HIPAA
I
compliance.
like that idea.
Yeah. So that's who we really. I mean, we have a broad array of different clients. So our services are suited for your company depending on what's needed, and it varies. We have several different things. There are some things that you do need and some things that you need less of. So or not at all. So
cool.
I'd be happy to chat.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. You got her information. There is her card right there.
Yeah.
You got the phone number. Give her a call. Talk about IT or whatever you want to call the thing, right?
Yeah.
But have the conversation. See exactly what they can do to support your business, support you, help you out in ways that maybe you hadn't already thought of. It's important to know all the risks that you face in business operations when it comes to your information technology, right? We gotta know.
Yeah, and be streamlined too to really help you work better, more efficiently, and securely. So
sounds like a level up to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you so much for being
Okay,
here.
yeah.
Thank you for visiting with us, and I know that you're going to do great things. I wanted to tie back really quickly your previous endeavors and how that relates to what you're doing now in the sales arena. Sales is always based on relationships, and you, my friend, as a bartender, are the number one person who knows how to engage people, strangers, complete strangers, and turn them into your best friend.
Yeah.
Right?
I
That's
don't
a
have
that's a
problem.
skill you have.
Yeah. I have no problem talking to somebody. So, yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. There you go. It transfers right over into
Yeah.
the sales arena, and so you're going to do great things. And so we're going to hear great things about this company, this organization. We're going to circle back at some point and tell you about how through some of the tweaking that they've done to their marketing messaging, how they've tripled their revenue.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about that
that
one
would
day.
be great because we are actually going through a whole recycling process where
Sure.
we're revamping our logo and everything, website. We're getting it all in the next 3 months, so it'll be soon.
Yep.
And I would love to. That'd be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to work with them and help them to refine their marketing message. I
Yeah.
think that's what we'll do, right? And so, yeah, we'll do that. That will be part of the Fundaxi podcast. We don't even have a name for this thing yet, but here's what we're doing. We are showcasing all the Fundaxi members and also some of the nonprofits that are already attached and tied to Fundaxi. There's some great ones. I happen to work at one of them, Donate Life New Mexico. That's the nonprofit organization that makes organ donation happen here in our state. And gosh, there's a lot to that. At the end of the day, we are charged with getting folks to register to become organ donors, right? And so we're on that mission. We partner with this networking group to make sure that that happens. And we partner with all of its members to make sure that they're helping us to communicate the word to their employees. It's a great thing. Everybody is supporting everybody. That happens in this room. So if you're not familiar with Fundaxi, you can go to fundaxi.com, fundaxi.com. Check it out. There are several chapters around the state, primarily here in Albuquerque, but they are around the state, and I believe getting into the Phoenix area as well. All great stuff. The one that we're at is at the Hydro Bar. That is the Kangen Water 9.5 distribution place. If you're not familiar with 9.5 water, come and try some.
And if you do want to come, reach out to me. I'll bring you.
Hey,
Hey,
there you go.
another reason to reach out. You
Another
can be my
reason.
guest.
Yes.
Yeah, I will show you the ropes. This is the Hydro Bar edition is really a wonderful chapter, and it's great. I don't know if people have done BNI or anything. It's wonderful. It's twice a month, and everyone's wonderful. It's a great place. So yeah, come be my guest.
Yeah. And they serve good cookies too.
Oh yeah. Yes.
We'll leave it on that.
Yeah.
Come for the cookies
Yeah. And the coffee.
and the coffee.
We got the good water for the coffee. So I don't know if that makes you any more. I had to give up coffee, but if it gets you more hyped, maybe it really sucks in the juices for the coffee. It may be next level. So
We'll talk about that on a different episode. But let's say bye for now. I'm gonna wave bye here. You wave bye there. Let's say bye.
Okay,
We'll
thank
see you
you.
guys next time.